Hello everyone, this is Anna, the Pinterest Pro, here with you for Facebook Live tonight. If you'll remember, Tuesday I talked about the fact that a lot of people ask me, what does it cost to have a Pinterest business account? So tonight what I want to do is I want to discuss and show you some of those tools that I talked about, and also I talk about in my blog. So I'm going to do a screen share with you. Let me get my Pinterest account up here. And then share my screen with you. Okay, hopefully all of you can see that now. And you can see my Pinterest account. And so one of the things that I talked about was that the first thing that you need to do whenever you're setting up a Pinterest account to help you to get more followers that may be a cost that you incur, because just the basic Pinterest account, business account, is free. But if you go down here and you see here where it says claim my website, and what you have to do is, and I can't show you because of the fact that mine's already claimed, but what you would have to do is there's an HTML code. And if that is great to you, then you'll probably have to hire someone to do that for you. Whoever created your website for you more than likely can do it. If it's a WordPress website, it's fairly easy because they have a plugin. And that plugin makes it very easy to where even I can do it. So if you need some help with that, just let me know and shoot me an email and I'll be glad to explain it to you. And also for the WordPress website, I talk about this in the blog. Now I give some examples and you can see the HTML code and so forth in my blog. So if you take a look at that, you'll be able to see that. The second thing that I talked about is rich pins. And for rich pins, what you have to do again is you have to get there so that I'm not, is for rich pins, you have to again input some HTML code. Now, when I first, many years ago, when, not that many, when rich pins first came out, I was told that you had to validate every pin on there, but that is not true. What you have to do is, and to show you what I'm talking about, is to set up the account. You have to decide if you want an article or a product or a recipe one. And so this right here is what I'm talking about, this is the HTML code. Now, again, if you have a WordPress website, you can use Yoast, and it's an SEO platform with WordPress, and Yoast makes it very easy to validate the rich pins. And after you input that code, then what you have to do is simply validate one of your pins and you're set to go. Again, if you don't know how to do this yourself, then you would have to pay someone to do this. And depending on who they are and how greedy they are, you anywhere from $25, $50 to $100 for somebody to do that for you. Your web person should, just be willing to do it for you, because it's really not a very difficult process if you know what you're doing. Again, I talk about how you can use Yoast and do this process, and it makes it fairly easy for you. So, take a look at that. Now, the third thing that I talked about in my blog, and I talked about Tuesday night, was, get back where I was, we're dealing with ads, with the Pinterest ads. Now, what you would do is you would have to decide if you wanted to do traffic engagement or awareness. And I always tell people that when you're first getting started, it's difficult to get followers and to make people realize that you're aware that you're on Pinterest. So I recommend that you do some awareness ads. And these are promoted pins. And if you take a look at my blog, you'll see there I gave some examples of the promoted pins and showed you how they really are not obtrusive, meaning that they just really look like regular pins. But what you have to do then is you have to decide, okay, am I going to do an awareness pin? And if I am, then I click on create a campaign, and then I have to go through this process. And I want to go through the process here to show you, to give you an idea of, okay, here's where I want it to be. You see here with add interest. So let's say that I'm going to do I'm going to promote a pin that's geared toward historic hotels. Then I would type in hotels here. Oop, that didn't work. So then I'm going to type in architecture to see if that's, and you see how you're looking through here, thinking, well, hotels travel. Because what you're wanting to do here is to relate it to one of the broad Pinterest topics. And so I typed in travel here, and I take a look through and see, okay, these are the different things. If what you're wanting to do the promoted pin for does not come up somewhere in this list, then it's probably not a good idea to have that as a goal, because these are all here because of the fact that Pinterest has compiled data and know that a lot of people actually search for these terms. This is also another good place to get your keywords. Now, then here it says add keywords. Well, the really great part is that you can type in, say, travel here. Nope, that didn't work. I'm not doing very well here, am I? Or I say, okay, that didn't work. So hotels, nope. So then I'm going to, let's say that I'm wanting to gear this towards real estate. Let's see if there's anything there. Nope. What about architecture? Let me see what's under there. Oh, you know what? I know why, because it did not, I didn't choose something here. You know, I really hate it when a machine is smarter than me. And when you try to find something with travel, oh, there, I saw one with a park. And let's say that I'm gearing towards, here we go, Yellowstone National Park, Yosemite. Let's say I'm gearing towards national parks, okay? So then I'm going to type in here, national parks, and see what comes up. And so not a whole lot is coming up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to type in national parks over here. I'm going to type in travel and any other keywords that I have found on Pinterest that I feel like would serve me well. Okay. And then here you can pick certain locations for those of you that are, and I just remembered why that didn't bring up keywords. You can choose certain areas. And so let's say for the United States, if you're a local business, then you may want to then look and find, let's say you're from the Tampa, St. Pete area, then what you would want to do is to click there, because you're wanting to focus more on the people within your geographic region. So you see some of the things that you can do, and then, you know, do you want all genders or just a specific gender? Now, if you see here, this bid is going to cost me $7.23. Now, what that is telling me is that for every 1,000 times that that promoted pin is put in front of someone, that is how much it's going to cost me. Just real quick before I close out today, I want to go back a minute and do a traffic. Okay, and so I'm going to create a campaign here. I'm going to add a campaign. Okay, I'm going to name my ad group. Okay, I'm going to run it continuously. Say spend $50 a day. And then in my interest, I'm going to type in travel. And you see there, say travel destinations. Right here, I find lots of keywords. So let's say that mine is going to be geared towards travel destinations. Okay. And then I would come here and see if anything comes up here. Okay. And if not, then I'm going to put my keywords over here. And then again, I would choose, and you can see here for this topic, it would cost me $2.49. Now, in this respect, this is for paying for someone to click and go to my website. And that's why I wanted to show you that. Because as you grow and expand and you're wanting to get more traffic to your website, then it's a good idea to do some of the traffic pins. And so that's just to give you some ideas about the cost that is involved in doing the ads, getting your website verified, and also, again, doing the rich pins. Because you can see here where you can spend a lot of money, or you can spend, just a little and be able to have some impact there. No. So again, I talk about these in my blog, so I will put my blog, the URL underneath this for you. And so I'm going to sign off now, and until next week, this is Pinterest Pro Anna, traveling on down the Pinterest Superhighway.